In this video, we're going to be answering these questions. How to find pinned pieces in chess. How to add pressure on pinned pieces in chess. How to create pinned pieces in chess. Please make sure you watch the previous videos on chess before this one, because you'll learn many more concepts in chess which will turn you from zero to hero. I'll leave a link of those videos in the description below. Now onto the video. One of the most common tactics in chess is to pin pieces. But what happens if they defend the piece? Today, we aren't creating pins, but adding more pressure to them. Kind of like when you come home from school and you have a whole stack of homework to do. Each extra sheet is going to add pressure. In this first example, the pinned piece is his knight on d5 and it is pinned to the queen on b7 by the bishop on g2. That knight is stuck in the mud and it cannot move. So what should we do to win that knight? Put more pressure on it, of course. You can do it in two ways, but only one works. The two ways are to push the pawn to c4 or to move the rook to d1. The one that works is with the pawn. Why? Because they have the lowest value in chess. Other than another pawn, everything else has a higher value. Because of this, we don't care if we have to give away a pawn to get something of more value in return, while a rook is worth 5 points compared to a knight which is only worth 3. So we push the pawn, and then black defends with their bishop, and now we take, they take, we take, they take, and now we have simplified into a winning endgame. Because we have the outside pawn, we will push the pawn along with the support of the knight and the rook. In this second example, we are pinning this knight on f6 to the queen on e7. This is one of the most common pins in chess, pinning the knight on f6. Now, a lot of people decide to just trade the knights, and this move does not make any sense at all. This bishop was the better piece. It was practically making this piece not a piece anymore, if that makes sense. You do not want to trade this piece for this knight, because this one has more freedom and is actually allowed to move compared to this knight which isn't. They might be worth the same thing, but the bishop is a better piece. So don't take. What we should do is add pressure. Pause your videos and figure out how we can add a third attacker to this poor black knight. Okay, well the answer is a move knight to e4. Now of course they won't take, as then we will just take their queen very happily. So what they will do is they will probably have to add another defender, if they could. The best move for black is probably to attack our bishop, and what we will do is we will take with the knight as it is check. Black takes, we takes, and now we are going to take this pawn on the next turn. In this final position, black's knight is actually pinned, but black can also find a way to pin white. See, the only way, or the best way, for white to win this knight is to push this pawn up a square. Now first we should defend, as it is black's turn, and then if white pushes the pawn to f3, we have another tactic we can use. Since white pushed their F pawn, this diagonal to the king is super weak. Not this one. This one. Especially now that there's a knight there, this knight is pinned to the king. We already have an attacker of the knight, so what should we do? We should move the queen to c5, so that we are double attacking this knight. Now, although white may take, we can also take back 2 with check, and we didn't lose any material. In fact, we're actually up a pawn. So black is forced to move. Now you don't want to move here, because otherwise we will just check again. They'll be forced to move, and then we can creep closer. For example, like this. But now that we have checked, we can take this pawn very happily, and now we're 2 points ahead from a losing position. So now that you've learned about adding pressure to pin pieces, all you need to do is practice to master knowing when to add pressure to pin pieces. Write down your top learning in the comment box below. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye!